Okay, saddle up for an adventure in Florida. We're learning about a premier destination for anyone who loves horses, and that does include my daughter, who's competed at this place many times.
That's cool. Just north of Orlando, the unique tours wind through beautiful countryside, giving visitors rare access to elite horse farms. Reporter Kristen Hobrook takes us to the heart of Florida's horse country.
Welcome to Farm Tours of Ocala. Today we're going behind the gates to get an inside look into the horse capital of the world. Karen, you are the owner and the founder of Farm Tours of Ocala. Give us an understanding about your tours. It's a pretty intimate experience.
Yes, I like to take tours that are kind of behind the scenes all the time. They're a lot more fun. So I wanted to be as interactive as possible with the horses and to keep everybody safe. And the experience is very immersive.
Horses are so prevalent in Marion County. Why is that?
But the main reason is because of the geology here. We have a lime rock base that's very close to the surface, and the limestone gets into the grass, horses eat the grass, and it builds bone density. And there's only 3 other places in the world that have this geology, and that's Chanté, France, parts of England and Ireland, but most of all Lexington, Kentucky. But all those places are cold, and they've been around horse hubs for centuries. But Ocala didn't get going until the 20th century. And it's kind of a coincidence, and it was because of a company called 3M.
Minnesotans know that very well.
They were road builders back in the 1920s. They got the contract to build some of the very first paved roads in Florida. And they found that lime rock worked great, and they found lots of it here. And one of the project managers was really into horses, and he had a moment, and he realized Ocala is a great place to raise horses because he knew about those other places, because we have the great weather in the wintertime. So he built the very first horse farm here, Rosemere Farm, and he raised thoroughbreds. And because of the thoroughbreds, today we have over 1,000 horse farms, over 60 breeds of horses and ponies, and it's a $4 billion industry for Marion County.
All right, Karen, we are getting an up-close look at 2 beautiful Arabian horses who are hungry this morning. But they are actually the oldest breed of horses that exist in the world today. How old are we talking about?
The breed's over 4,000 years old. They're the foundation breed of many of today's horses. If you do a sophisticated DNA test on any horse today, especially a thoroughbred, you'll see DNA markers. And they do come from the Middle East. They're very intelligent. They're very loyal to their people.
So unlike thoroughbred horses, Arabian horses, what are they known for? They're more of a show horse?
Yes, they're more so of a show horse. They're known for their beauty, their pedigree, kind of like collecting art. And they love these alfalfa treats. At the Arabian competitions, to show off their versatility, they do jumping, they'll do dressage, they'll do western. They cover pretty much all the equestrian disciplines. When they're younger horses, they're shown in hand, which is kind of like a dog show. They're not ridden, and the horses are all lined up in the arena, and the judge looks at each horse one by one, and he basically picks the one that's the best out of the whole crowd.
Best in show.
Exactly.
So explain what a thoroughbred horse is, what they are bred to do. We've seen them in the Kentucky Derby.
Yep, so they're bred to run. And you ever been on a trail ride before? And there's always one horse who wants to be in the front.
Yep.
There's something to that. It's actually an instinct. And if a horse has that when they're racing, that's the one that makes them the best horses. They want to be in front all the time.
Wow, that instinct, that drive.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Precious Passion. So he is a big deal. We're in the presence of royalty. Net worth over $2 million.
Yeah,
What's his backstory?
Yeah, he earned over $2.8 million. And he was born on this farm. And Joe and Helen Barbizon, they actually got his mother for a board bill. He raced 7 times, and he wasn't doing very well because he had his mind on the ladies too much. So he got gelded. So anyway, then he started to run, and he ran just like Secretariat.
Wow.
He ran as fast as Secretariat.
Who is one of the most well-known race horses in history.
Precious Passion did it! He opened up 20, and he never looked back!
He still holds the track record at Monmouth Park, and he ran on the grass. His last race was the Dubai World Cup Invitational.
What's your hope after people come and take your tour and get up close with the horses? What are you hoping they leave with?
I hope that they go away with a positive view of the thoroughbred industry. Unfortunately, the thoroughbred industry gets a lot of bad press with the racing. But these animals are cherished. They are, this one, he's 14 years old. Precious Passion's 24 years old, and they're retired, living out their days. And they're spokeshorses for the thoroughbred industry for us.
Beautiful. Makes me want to go to Florida, see the horses.
Yeah, I've never been to that particular farm, but we've been to Ocala because it's like the World Equestrian Center. It's known as WEC, and that's where a lot of competitions take place.
Those horses, their coats were so shiny.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Kristen. You can learn more about the tours. Just head to TwinCitiesLive.com.